once again. I want to welcome you to the online tutorial happening here in Sacred Hearts. Today I want to look at economies, but a little area I want to focus on today is review of West African past questions. I want to look at some past questions so that even while we are far back at home, we'll be motivated towards our study. Our economies is made up of two papers. We have the first paper, which is the objective base. In this objective base, we have 40 multiple questions you are going to face during the period of your examination when you are writing your West African School Certificate exam. While for NECO, you'll be subjected to 60 multiple questions, a little bit different from the West African School Certificate exams. Here, you'll be text across the syllabus, various topics on the syllabus. Accurate knowledge of the principle of economics will really be of a great importance to you in this paper. Then we move straight to the paper 2. The paper 2 is made up of two sections. We have the section A and then the section B. The section A is known as the data response question. Data response question. In this section, you'll be provided with datas. You'll be provided with datas and you're expected to respond to these questions that are being asked. For you to be able to skip through the data response questions, accurate knowledge of the principle of economics is highly needed in this area. You'll be given two questions of which you'll be asked to answer one. While in section 2, the section B is what is known as the essay-based question. Essay-based questions where you are given 8 questions. In these 8 questions, you'll be expected to answer 4 questions. You are expected to answer 4 questions. In this selection, I want to appeal to us to choose the best 4 of which you are adequately prepared for. Now, for the purpose of today's lecture, I want to take us to a sample of questions. I want to take one sample of questions so that we'll be able to know what we're expected to do when we are confronted with questions in the exams. Number 1, let's look at the West African School Certificate exam past questions of June 1990. June 1990. June 1990. If you are there with me, I want to appeal to you. Open to the section B of 8. Section B of 8. Question number 3. The first section is the data response question. You have 3 questions. 1, 2, 3. We are moving to the essay part of it, which is question number 3. Question number 3. And the question number 3, I read. A demand curve sloped downward from left to right. A demand curve sloped downward from left to the right hand side. But this may not always be so. This may not always be so. Full stop. The question that follows. Explain this statement. Explain this statement. I repeat the question again. A demand curve slope downward from left to the right. But this may not always be so. Explain this statement. A statement has been made. You are asked to explain this statement. Now, at our elementary stage in economics, we are told that economics is a science subject. Science based on the fact that we make use of laws, we make use of theories, we make use of hypotheses to justify our facts. And looking at the law part of it, we have 4 laws. 4 laws guiding demand. The laws of demand. We have 4 laws. Number 1, we are told the higher the price, the lower the quantity that is demanded of that commodity. The higher the price, the lower the quantity that is demanded of that commodity. Number 2, the lower the price, the higher the quantity that is demanded of that commodity. The lower the price, the higher the quantity that is demanded of that same commodity. Note, our P here represents price, while QD represents quantity demanded. You will discover that first and foremost, what you have here is we have what we call negative relationship existing between price and quantity. Negative relationship we can also refer to as inverse relationship. Price and commodity does not move the same direction, hence we classify it as negative relationship. They don't move the same direction. Price is going up, quantity is coming down. Price is going down, quantity is moving up. Inverse relationship. They don't move pari passu to the same direction. Hence, these 2 laws, we refer to it as normal laws. They are normal. That is why you discover that when the price of items in the market move up, you see, individuals are motivated to increase the quantity that will be demanded of that commodity because they have a lot of money at their disposal to increase their purchasing power. Why? The second law, the first one is increase in price, the lower the quantity that will be demanded. If the price increases, people drop the quantity they have to demand of that commodity. Why? When the price drops, people are forced to buy more of that commodity. It's just normal law. Hence the question. And the question says, it says, a normal demand curve slope from left to the right. When plotting the normal demand law, you discover that the demand law will give room to a sloping curve of demand. This demand curve is sloped from the left downward to the right. Why? These axes represent the quantity demanded And this vertical axis represents the price. This is normal. But in a situation whereby the curve you have is different from this, there are cases whereby instead of having a normal demand curve sloping, showing the negative relationship that exists in this law, in such a case, we refer to it as abnormal law. It's no longer normal. Abnormal law. Abnormal law. And we have two cases that we can have in this. Number one, when you have increase in price resulting to increase in quantity demanded. Increase in price. Instead of having decrease in quantity demanded, you are also having increase in that commodity demanded. In some case, we refer to this as the commodity that is being affected. We refer to those commodities as luxury goods. They are luxury goods. They are luxury goods. They are prestigious goods. They are also referred to as ostentatious goods. These are commodities that are purchased by individuals as a result of the prestige nature of the goods. For example, increase in some certain automobile cars. Increase in the price of those automobile cars, we have individuals in the society going for such a car. We refer to those cars as luxury goods. They are prestigious goods. They are ostentatious goods. Even our mobile phones, there are people who decide to buy more sophisticated Android phones. Even with the increase in the price of the phone, we are still having increase in the demand of such phones. Why the other situation we can have is decrease in price, bringing about decrease in quantity demanded. Also abnormal case. Abnormal. Why? Because why the decrease in price should have resulted to increase in quantity demanded, but rather we're having also decrease in the quantity of that commodity. This situation, goods that are affected, we refer to them as inferior goods. Inferior. They are inferior goods. Or economically, we also refer to them as giffing. Giffing goods. They are giffing goods. Note the word giffing. It's a name given by one-time economist that is known as Professor Sir Robert Giffin, who was able to research into reasons why goods are called inferior goods. Then let's look at it. A lot of time I try to make students understand the fact that there is difference between a layman language and economist language. To a layman, inferior goods, those are substandard goods. For example, permit me to use the language Abame. Product that does not leave the territorial boundary of Nigeria because of the substandard nature of it. They are referred to as inferior goods by a layman. But looking at the economic standard, when you define inferior goods as goods that are substandard, you are academically wrong. Then, what then is inferior goods? What are the parameters you can use to justify what inferior goods are? Inferior goods are those goods that as a result of increase in the level of individual income, increase in income economically represent income as letter Y. Increase in income. When there is increase in income, leading to decrease in the quantity demanded of that commodity. Increase in income leading to decrease in that commodity. Good example. For example, as a student, if your parents decide to increase your daily stipends, you discover that at the end of the day there are some commodities, some products, some things you buy before now that have to be dropped for other products. Hence, those products you were formerly consuming before now refers to them as inferior goods. Now, let's fall back to the question. I decide to give you a background analysis for you to have a principle-oriented background to enable you answer the question at stake. Now, let's get back to the question. All these coupled together, how are we going to inculcate it into the question before us? A demand curve slope downward from left to the right. That is to confirm the two laws of demand, which is normal. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. The second law, the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded, which is the law. But this must not always be so as a result of abnormal situation. That is what is expected of you in this question. A lot of time I tell students, don't just walk straight into provision of answer to questions that are given to you. I can tell you in our days, what we are always looking for, let me just have credit and walk out of the hall. But the dispensation we are living in a technological era whereby this time around, your higher your grade, the better your chances of admission. So it's not just a matter of you passing, but you passing brilliantly. So when you walk into the hall, you should be able to massage your questions to earn you the highest scores and your highest grades. Hence, you should have for this question, which is going to act as a sample to your other question as you prepare towards this examination. These are the various approaches you are to use. The question, you are expected to provide a background on number one, why is it that the demand curve slope from left to the right? And the reason why the demand curve slope from left to right is to conform to the laws of demand, which are two. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded, and second law, the lower the price, the higher the quantity that is demanded, which is the normal law of demand. But this sentence is not always so as a result of the abnormal situation that are inherent in the two other laws of demand, which are as follows. Number one, the higher the price, the lower the higher the price, the higher the quantity that is demanded of that commodity. Hence, we refer to such situation as luxury goods. Luxury goods, prestigious goods, ostentatious goods. Hence, you have the price going up, the quantity also moving up. While the other situation is the lower the price, the lower the quantity that is demanded of that commodity. And we say commodity of these natures, they are referred to as inferior goods. Or economical language, we refer to this as Gaffin's goods. Gaffin's goods, we are told that the great economists who profounded this theory of inferior goods is known as Sir Professor Robert Giffey. So, the two abnormal situations are the reasons why a lot of time the law of demand does not necessarily hold. Okay, the essence of this tutorial is to prepare us ahead of time on how to approach some economic questions in our West African School Certificate exams and also the National Entrance Common Exams, which is the NECO. Thank you.